Okay, so hello everybody. I'm almost back to normal now after my jet lag. Today I'm going to be walking, even though the intro music has me running. That would be my default setting. I could start that off at the beginning of all my shows and just break into live recording shortly after that once I get my act together. Alright, today I'm going to be walking for 5 miles. I have to get flour to make pizza today. I've got my Sony with me, got my backpack, got my jeans on. It's going to be a brisk walk. I'm not sure exactly what my pace will be, but it'll probably be around 11 minutes per kilometer, which will mean that 8 to 11 is 88. That's 1 hour 28 minutes. Excuse me, that was my porridge. Haven't said that in a while. Yeah, I'm going to keep walking as fast as I can, basically, to stay warm. It is probably only 3 degrees Celsius. As I turn onto San Juan Avenue, this time I'm going to be going uphill, over the top, past the playing fields, the soccer fields, and down to Gordon Head Road. And then I'm going to walk all the way along Gordon Head Road until I get to Cedar Hill Crossroad. And then I'm going to head to Fairways and then come back along the back streets parallel to Shelbourne. It's 8:30 in the morning and all the mums and kids are off to school on their bicycles. It's kind of icy on some of these footpaths. A bit of frost. I think it's called hoarfrost. I've already done one shift with my old friend Carl, the German, the gardener. He seemed pleased to see me. He looks as if he's lost a bit of weight. But still, my job is to fatten us both up for the holidays. This is one of the first times that I've walked in the last month. Because Norma wasn't able to exercise in her normal way with the Pilates and the yoga and the workouts that she does at the gym. She was more than willing to join me on my runs, and she wanted to run instead of walk because that was the only exercise she was getting. I try and alternate because left to my own devices I would run every day and probably end up digging myself into a hole of pain. So the first 4 minutes of this show will be my intro music of me running and not speaking. It's going to be curious to see how my speaking on top of my running sounds. It'll definitely sound different from when I'm running and breathing. I will have more air to speak now than if I had just started this run from cold. Yeah, this is about as cold as it gets here in Victoria, around the 2 degrees. Sometimes it goes down to 0, but very, very seldom. 0 being 32, freezing point of water in Fahrenheit. The path is white with frost. I think the Ice Smooth Run lady will give me 1 kilometer readouts. I can't remember what my last setting was, but I should hear it when it happens. This is probably the noisiest part of this walk today. Yep, I had to remember to push the crosswalk button here. Strange looking vehicle. Looks like a go-kart with a high seat. Probably an electric go-kart. Not too stable if you ask me. Cresting the hill on San Juan. In about a minute I will be heading downhill. Pretty soon I should hear my 1 kilometer reminder. As we wait with bated breath. Today I should be getting my new laptop, my MacBook Air 13-inch. Refurbished. New battery, new case, new charger, new cables. That will be nice. Plus a year's warranty from Apple. It's going to be delivered after 12 today, so I'm going to make sure that I'm home by then. But I need to buy food. I gave all the food that I had for Carl and my supper last night. We had leek and potato soup, boiled chicken thighs with kale salad, ice cream and quince jam for dessert. So we had a good feast. It was fun. I have decided to pass the responsibilities of buying the food to the family. I think it's probably going to be a better way of doing it than me buying the food and taking it in with me and billing them. This way I'm just going to bill them for my work, not for the ingredients. Because so often their part of the bill is part of my grocery bill. And I have to sort of extricate those totals and halve them, because I was charging them half of the food costs that I was paying to make the food for him and I. It makes sense to me. But if they buy the food, then they have a little bit more input as to what he eats. And then if they don't want him to eat certain kinds of food, they won't buy it for me. But I will make a pretty comprehensive shopping list. I'm going to be visiting them or cooking for their father on Mondays, Thursdays and Saturdays. So Monday I can assess the situation, make a list, and then Thursday I should find what I need. Obviously I'm not the only person feeding them, but there's 3 of them and 1 of me, so they get to do about a day each, and I get to do the rest of the week. Plus they have morning service from Beacon, my one-time employer. Well, I haven't heard any reminders yet, so I'm going to pause briefly and have a look to see what's going on with my recording. I'm not going to pause the recording, I'm just going to pull my phone out of my... No, I just heard it. There you go. 1 kilometer down. Just as I was about to get the phone out. Mind you, that wouldn't have been as noisy a process as before because I'm now recording with my Sony, so anything I do with my phone won't sound quite so close. But that was just under 12 minutes for the first kilometer. I heard that. I'll be listening out a little bit closer next time. I'm just going to try and remember that 3 12s are 36, so 3 kilometers will be pretty close to the end of my show. I have some other music lined up for this episode. It's going to be a bit of a mash. So the sidewalk disappears on half of San Juan. I was on the right, now I'm having to switch over to the left because the sidewalk has disappeared on the other side. Today I'm going to be cooking pizza, bread, and I have to buy coffee and tomatoes and grated cheese. And that should be enough. Maybe some garnish for the pizza. I could buy some sliced meat, or I could make it a vegetarian pizza. I know I have chicken tomorrow with Carl. Basically, he's holding most of my protein supplies in his fridge. But I will be there on Saturday as well. By then, we would have eaten our way through the 3 chicken thighs, 2 legs that I bought, drumstick and thighs. It's amazing how little you actually do need to eat. If you're eating a meat-based diet, it's much more compact. You don't need to eat as much volume of food. So it suits the smaller runner to eat less vegetables. There's no need to pack a small gut with too much fiber, if you know what I mean. Potatoes are good. Carrots are good. That's what I'll buy. Potatoes, carrots, flour. 2 kinds of flour, bread flour and pizza flour. And coffee. grated cheese and tomatoes. That's what I need. That'll see me through to Friday. I was thinking of putting together all the submissions for the end of season 3, because they have been up till now coming in individual deliveries. But now that I do have my old computer working, I could put it together, but I think I'll just leave it as a soft outing, a soft ending to the Your 5 Minutes. Basically, that was my original intention, was to have a forum where each one of us could post at will, one a day maximum, but up to a 5-minute submission. But not all of you have that ability. Some of you have Spreaker accounts which you could use. Some of you would be sending me your submissions, which I would publish on my Spreaker account, on the Your 5 Minutes account, which will give it that iconic logo on every episode, and then just put your credit in brackets. Yeah, there won't be seasons after this. It will just be a forum for podcasters to post. Anything longer than 5 minutes will just be individual submissions. Hello. But the theme of the story really is to keep those submissions 5 minutes or less. That's the whole point of the title of the webpage. Pretty much, there should not be a need for a season 4. It's going to be an ongoing, open platform for new and seasoned podcasters to keep us all up to date, basically. Alright, so I'm now on Gordonhead Road. This is very much like the run that Rob and I do. We do this run a lot. We've done it at least twice together. But it's, instead of turning back on Laval, I'm going on to Cedar Hill Crossroad, and then coming back. It's longer than the run that I do with Rob. At least it seems to be. Oh, that's right, we don't do San Juan, we go all the way down to Ash and do Balmacara and that lovely beach, Glencoe Cove, where I take some pictures quite often. I wanted to go out and do the golf course, but I did that yesterday. So today I decided to mix it up a little bit and do a longer shopping walk. I want to be done by noon, as I was saying. I'm going to be approaching the 2-kilometer mark quite soon, probably when I get to Felton. I'm making a big box-shaped route today. Very difficult to get lost on this one. A little bit noisy, granted, there are traffic noises that I will have to deal with. But I do have some music lined up to keep us all calm and enjoying the show. So Jim has a new recorder. I saw, when he told me what it was, I looked it up on the image search to see roughly what he was talking about. And I really do think I have the right shaped wind noise sock when my wife made me one for the Sony, she made one out of half a bag. I had a little cloth bag, a little sort of velvety kind of bag that she sewed down the middle and made two pockets, and then she separated it out and flipped it inside out. So the smaller one was exactly the right size to fit snugly over my Sony, and the other pocket was slightly wider. Which I believe would accommodate Jim's voice recorder better, because he did say that it was slightly larger than the Sony. This is as close as I get to the noise for a while. There's very little distance between me and the cars. Pretty soon I'll be back on the sidewalk and the safe, slightly detached zone from the cars. It's quite frosty up here. This is the top of Gordon Head. This is about the highest point in Gordon Head. Top of Gordon Head Road. I'm glad I have my gloves on today, I can tell you. Alright, I'm going to take another little acoustic audio break here and let you enjoy some of the music without me yammering over it. And I'll get back to you a little bit further down the line. So I'm walking past two huge sequoia trees that have grown side by side, really quite close. They're both massive. They're both in perfect condition, and they're both at least 200 years old. Those trees always seem to grow on the top of a hill. They're like, I don't know, introduced species. I think they're sequoia, I'm not sure. They could be just a very large Douglas fir. Anyway, the next feature on this walk will be Mount Douglas High School. I'm now walking along Gordon Head Road at quite a brisk pace. Surprised I haven't heard the 2-kilometer mark yet. I could have missed it in the traffic noise. That's the thing. So the new computer, yeah, it's going to be fun reinstalling all my apps and all my files. Hopefully I'll be able to retrieve a lot of the photographs that I lost on my last computer. Mind you, most of those pictures that were there had already been shared to Facebook or Daily Mail or Strava, so they're holding my pictures now. And because I've been using Daily Mail and Facebook since 2000 and I don't know, can't even remember when I first got onto Facebook. Could have been 2007, which would make it 11 years of prolific posting that I don't have to worry about losing because they're holding it for me on their massive data farming computers in Iceland. Yeah, I believe that's what they do. They just keep all that data on huge mega computers, which is nice of them. A bit like Google. Between Google and Facebook, I think most of what we ever did, said, or looked at has been recorded for posterity. A lot of what we're not aware of has been recorded as well, so that's a little less joyful. The knowledge that somebody else has access to all that stuff that you forgot all about. Anyway, it's going to get noisy again until I get back onto the side of UVic, the campus. It's going to be quite noisy. This is where two major roads meet, just down from Mount Douglas Secondary School. That's what they call it. I thought it was a high school. There you go, secondary. Mount Douglas Secondary School. I'll catch you on the quieter side of Sinclair / Mackenzie. The name changes at Shelbourne. Okay, I'm crossing Mackenzie Avenue. To the left of me it's called Sinclair, and to the right of me it's called Mackenzie Avenue. I can see Mount Tolmie up ahead now. That is pretty much my destination. That's where I'm going to buy my groceries at the Fairways. I was going to take the e-bike, but I thought that it would make the journey a little too quick and a little too easy. And because today is supposed to be a rest and long walk day, I figured I could just put the groceries in the backpack and bring them back. It's going to be about 4 kilometers of quite heavy carrying, but at least it'll be on my back and not in my hands. So the fast part of the walk is now, and the slow 4K will be at the end. No, it's probably more like 5 and 3. 5K of fast walking and 3K of slow walking with the groceries. I'm going to have the word MASH in the title somewhere, and I'm going to call it something like Neighborhood MASH. Yeah, that'll do it. Neighborhood MASH. I don't like getting too fancy with my titles. I don't want you to get overexcited by the title and then be disappointed by the content. Yeah. You give it a sexy title and they expect action and excitement. So I'm almost at Fairways now. I'm just behind the, what's it called now? Is it the Aberdeen? No. I'll tell you in a second. It's a little hospital that has been turned into an old people's home. And it's called, let me see. I can't see it just yet. I used to know this. I used to know the name of this place. I actually had to visit clients here. Mount Tolmie Hospital, that's right. That's what it's called. Mount Tolmie Hospital. It's quite a complicated little intersection here. There's a couple of triangles. 3 roads meet. So pretty soon I'll be walking into the store and into the warmth. Alright, I'm safe now. Melcroft Street, never heard of that one. And this is the way in to Shelbourne Plaza. If you're a car, you come up behind front runners. Some pretty large seagulls here. This is where all the chefs take their break, their cigarette break, at the back of the stores. Yep. Front runners. This is where I bought the shoes that I'm wearing right now. This is also the same plaza where I bring my e-bike if it needs any repairs. I used to bring Harley here as well. The guy knows me quite well. Alright, so as I get my shopping basket, I will say bye-bye to you from inside the supermarket. Bye-bye.